I come to you, let my heart be changed, renewed, flowing from the help that I've found in you. Yeah, I've come to know the weaknesses I see in me will be stripped away by the power of your love. Hold me close, let your love surround me. Bring me near, yeah, draw me to your side. And as I wait and as I wait, rise up like the eagle, and I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on by the power of your love. Yeah, unveil my eyes, let me see you face to face, the knowledge of your love as you lay in me. My mind, as your will unfolds in my life, in living every day, by the power of your love. Hold me close, yeah, let your love surround me. Bring me near, yeah, draw me to your sides, draw me to your sides. And as I wait and as I wait, I rise up like the eagle, and I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on by the power of your love. And I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on. Bring me near, bring me near. Draw me to your sides, draw me to your sides. And as I wait and as I wait, I rise up like the eagle, and I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on by the power of your love. Your spirit leads me on by the power of your love. And I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on by the power of your love. Yes, friends, Happy New Year. Yahushua's guidance, all the best. I hope you're all keeping well and keeping safe. So the topic of the scriptural study is the issue of people being corrected and mistaking it for judgment. Yahuwah says, correct your neighbor, but do not judge. But people, once they are corrected, they tell you, the scriptures tell you, do not judge anyone. Judgment is different from correction. you have a duty to correct your neighbor. Judgment is assigning the place of eternal condemnation or heaven to a person. That is judgment, passing a verdict on the person. But the scriptures gives us the guidelines of how to go, and when your neighbor is out of order, going out of the path, going astray, you have a duty to call them to order, and that is not judgment. You are duty bound to correct, because if you let the person continue in sin, you are responsible for their eternal damnation. Okay, so what does Yahushua, the Messiah, tell us? That correcting sinners, as Yahushua HaMashiach instructed, is not judgment. Judgment is Yahuwah's right of assigning to people the condemnation or the reward of heaven or hell. Okay, now if you bring out the scriptures using the International Scriptural Research Version by adding ISR to every verse you Google, check Luke 17:3 ISR is going to tell you, pay attention to yourselves. If your brother sins, rebuke him, and if he repents, forgive him. What does that tell you? That the Pope telling homosexuals, who am I to judge you? God made you gay. Technically, he's saying Satan made you gay because God is Satan, but the world believes that God is the creator. So they do not understand, but he's also portraying an example, telling people do not correct, because he told people that as he's establishing the one world religion, that nobody should correct another person or try to convert another person. Okay, so you have a duty to call your neighbor to order. Okay. Ezekiel 33 verse 9 tells you, if you warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, and he does not turn from his way, then he will die in his iniquity, but you will have saved your own soul. So you have a duty. Not correcting is condemning your own soul to eternal damnation. 1 John chapter 2 verse 15 tells you, do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So you cannot be friends with the world. For you to be upright with the Creator, you have to be friends with the Creator, and that puts you at enmity with the world, at enmity with your friends, at enmity with your family, because you have a duty to call them to order, and just as you have a duty to call yourself to order, we all should be a beacon of righteousness. Okay, let your light shine. Be the light of the world. Be the salt of the earth. And when you are the light of the world, you don't just put the torchlight under a bushel. You put it on a stand for the light to shine. James chapter 4 verse 4 tells us, you are like unfaithful wives, having illicit love affairs with the world and breaking your marriage vow to Yahuwah, because you are a bride of Yahuwah. You are a bride of Yahushua HaMashiakh. Do you not know that being the world's friend is being Yahuwah's enemy? So whoever chooses to be a friend of the world takes a stand as an enemy of Yahuwah. So it tells you clearly, you cannot be friends with the world and be friends with the Creator. You have to be friends with Yahuwah to be, in synchronization with the conditions for your eternal salvation. Now, Ephesians chapter 5 verse 11 tells you, take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Do not say, oh, do not expose them, because you hiding it, you concealing the evil, is allowing people to emulate it, thinking is righteous, thinking is upright, and you are responsible for the condemnation of those people's souls. Just like the Pope has established and encouraged all the homosexual priests, all the homosexuals, all the illicit and wrong non-scriptural practices, saying divorce is okay, homosexuality is okay, whatever should be done at convenience. And if you say, let you keep your mouth shut because he is the Pope, because this is a reverend father, because this is a pastor, you are condemning your soul and the souls of others to eternal damnation, and you will answer for it. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Ephesians 5:11. Now Matthew 18:15 tells you, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained your brother. But if he does not listen, take one or two others along with you. That every charge may be established by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to them, let it be to the assembly. And if he refuses to listen even to the assembly, then let him be to you as a Gentile and as a tax collector. So you see, it tells us clearly you have a duty to continuously press on. Don't say it's not my business. That lackadaisical attitude, nonchalant attitude, it's not my business. It is your business. The salvation of your neighbor is your business. Selfishness cannot get you into the kingdom of Yahuwah in heaven. So should we keep silent and let souls stray and perish? Of course not, because that is condemning your own soul to eternal damnation, including the souls of the misguided clergy and the loyal assembly of YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH. No, we should not allow them to condone the worship of Satan as the creator, because the Bibles of today tell you that God is the creator of the world, but God is a common Teutonic word for all personal objects of worship of the heathen mythologies. The word God on the establishment of Christianity was adopted as the name of the Most High, and that can be seen in Encyclopedia Britannica 11th edition 1911. The name of the creator is Yahuwah, and the name of his son is YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH, and the name of the spirit of Yahuwah is the great Ruach spirit HaKodesh, but their names have been changed and superimposed with the names of Satan, God, Jesus, and Holy Spirit, to fulfill the scriptures and the prophecies in Daniel 7:25 that Satan is going to blaspheme against the Most High and against the people in heaven, and he's going to be the people of the Most High are going to be handed over to Satan for a times and half a time, and that Satan is going to change the set times and laws. This is what is happening today. The world believes Satan is the creator of the world. The world worships God. The world worships Jesus. The world believes in Jesus. Every religion believes in Jesus. Every religion worships God or gods. This is all in fulfillment of Revelation 13:8. All inhabitants of the earth are going to worship Satan. The name of your creator is Yahuwah. His title is Elohim or Elohim. The title Adonai, the title God, the title Lord, they are all the names of Satan. Okay, they are all the titles of Satan, but Satan has superimposed the truth for generations prior to ours, and then we are the new generation and we believe the lies that we have been fed. And this is wrong, because it's all in fulfillment of Revelation 13:8 that the whole world should worship Satan. We have to know that even before the Messiah YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH was ever born on earth, the name of the creator had already been replaced. Just like today we use the name God to replace the name of the creator. Before the Messiah YAHUSHUA came to earth, they had also replaced the name of the creator with Adonai. They did not realize that the word Adonai is a title for Satan. Just like way people have that mentality, it doesn't matter. Adonai, whatever they think, you can call the creator by any names. He told us in Deuteronomy 12:32, do not add, do not take away. See that you observe and obey all that I command you. Do not add to it, do not take away from it. Okay, so even before Messiah YAHUSHUA was born, in fulfillment of Daniel 7:25, Satan had already changed the name of the creator from Yahuwah to Adonai. Little did people know that just as the title God and Lord is the title of Satan, Adonai is also the title of Satan, which means owner, Lord, or husband. Okay, that is why the Messiah YAHUSHUA, when he was praying prior to his to his death and suffering, he said in John 17:6, I have revealed your name to those whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours, you gave them to me, and they have obeyed your word. Telling you what? That the people did not know his name. I have revealed your name to those whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours. You gave them to me, and they have obeyed your word. So that tells you clearly that by using the title and praying and worshiping by the name and title God, Lord, Adonai, you are making yourself a bride of Satan. Because the word Lord God, it all means owner, husband, Lord, master. So you calling those names, worshiping by those names, makes you a bride of Satan, whereas you should be a bride of YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH, a bride of Messiah YAHUSHUA, spotless as a lamb. You should be a bride to Yahuwah. You should be a bride to the spirit of Yahuwah, the great Ruach HaKodesh. So whose bride are you? Are you a bride to Lucifer, Satan, God, Jesus, Lord, Adonai? Or are you a bride of Messiah YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH? Are your names written in the book of life? Revelation 13:8 tells you that the whole world will worship Satan except those whose names are written in the book of life. The book of life belonging to which lamb? Because there are two lambs. Revelation 13:11 tells you that there are two lambs. One is the fake lamb, posing as a lamb with two horns, but in truth is of the dragon. And one is the true lamb, Revelation 13:8, who has the book of life. And that is YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH, who came and was slain for our salvation. Okay? So clearly we can see that correction is not an attack. We have a duty to correct our neighbors. We have a duty to correct anybody going astray. Attack means an aggressive opposition against a person or a place. That is not an attack. It has to be verbal or written. You're not touching the person, you're just saying the words. Because if they cannot stand the adjectives describing their behavior, how can the Creator, Yahuwah, stand the verb of their actions, which are sinful and offensive? Okay, so you have a duty to say those words, to write those words, to tell the people, let them know, call their conscience to order, bring their minds to wisdom. And when the scriptures say, do not judge, judge means Yahuwah so right to assign the reward of heaven or the condemnation of hell. Okay, so the scriptures clearly tells us that we must correct our neighbors. Use every means possible to reach out to everyone and save souls for Messiah YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH, because he told us in Matthew 28:18-20, go into the world and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father Yahuwah, and of the Son Yahushua, and of the great Ruach Spirit HaKadosh. Okay, so it's the duty of every follower of Yahushua to evangelize, to preach, to share the word of Yahuwah and save souls for the kingdom of Yahuwah, not just the duty of the clergy. Technically, there should be no clergy, because the last high priest of Yahuwah is YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH, as we can see in Hebrews chapter 5. Verses 1-5, because nobody can take the honor of priesthood upon himself. Nobody can take on the honor of priesthood or discipleship or, that special call. We are all equally called. We are all called to evangelize. Nobody is a priest. All the priests of God are priests of Satan, because God is Satan, and priesthood to Yahuwah is only by birth, not by human appointment or ordination. Okay, so we can see clearly, it tells us the truth. What we must do, we must call people to order, because Luke chapter 9 verse 26, Yahushua tells us, if you are ashamed of me before men, I will be ashamed of you before my Father in heaven. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Matthew chapter 9 verses 35-38. Are you going to be a laborer? Are you going to help to harvest the word? Are you going to be ashamed of YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH? Are you going to proclaim him before men? Who are you to be ashamed of the Messiah, the spotless Lamb, the one greater than all, whom all authority in heaven, on earth, and under the earth has been given to? Are you going to proclaim him, or are you going to shy away? Okay, because he told us clearly we have a duty to. So don't say, oh, let people tell you you don't have to evangelize, you don't have to preach the word, let people copy you. Nobody watches you 24 hours. Even Big Brother is not watched 24 hours. So don't expect people to be watching you every second of every day. You have a duty to speak the word. Nobody's going to come to your house to look at you for 24 hours. You have to speak the word. Do not be shy. Do not make any excuses. If you're ashamed of me before men, I will be ashamed of you before my Father in heaven. So these are the lame excuses of lukewarm people, the excuses that they make so that they do not have to pick up their stake and follow YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH. He told us, if you love me, carry your stake and follow me, because he didn't die on a cross. The word should be stake, but the lies of Satan have been superimposed over the truth. Okay, so you have to know that if the early Messianites, the early disciples and apostles of Messiah Yahushua, if they had all kept quiet, if they had all said, it's not my business, if they had all said, oh, let people watch me and follow my life's example, I don't have to go and evangelize, if they all had that lackadaisical attitude, how would you have the gospel that you have today? How would you have salvation at your doorstep? You have a duty to share the word. Okay, so that is why today the science drawn notion that Yahuwah is a fiction is more predominant, because people shut their mouths about preaching the gospel, and science is freely being preached, being talked about, being discussed on the news and everywhere, and that superimposes the scriptural truth over people's daily beliefs, and that is wrong. We're losing souls, we're losing our neighbors. We have a duty to call people to order. Okay, because Yahushua told us clearly, if you love me, feed my lamb. If you love me, tend my sheep. That feeding is the word of truth, because it says that he's the living bread that came down from heaven, and that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of Yahuwah. And he's telling you the same thing today. If you love me, feed my lamb. If you love me, tend my sheep. If you're ashamed of me, I will be ashamed of you. So what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? you have a duty to call people to order. Do not be ashamed of Yahuwah. He should be ashamed of you. So all the best. I wish you a very happy new year. Stay safe and please share the word. Do not be lazy. Do not be lackadaisical. Do not be nonchalant. May the favor of Yahuwah Almighty, the love of YAHUSHUA HAMASHEAKH, and the sweet fellowship of the great YAHUAH'S Spirit HaKodesh rest and abide with us now and forevermore. Surely Yahuwah's mercy shall follow us every day of our lives, and we shall dwell in the house of Yahuwah for all time to come. Thank you so much. YAHUSHUA's guidance and all the best. Cheers.